Hi, I'm Stephen Levi, the founder of Universal Martial System. And with me today is Charles Harriott and Nate Robinson, and we're going to demonstrate the side kick. The side kick is one of the most powerful kicks that you can use. We're going to do a lead leg side kick first. Now what's going to happen is we're going to be aiming for the midsection. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that when you pick up your foot, you're going to chamber it high. Now notice how Charles is chambering it. Let's start again from the beginning. He's in a fighting stance. His feet are set properly so that the opponent doesn't know what he's going to throw. This is important. You don't want to let your opponent know from the very beginning what you're going to do. The minute he decides that he wants to do a lead leg side kick, he's going to start pivoting on his rear foot, turning his hips, turning his body, and then chambering the foot. Now notice where this knee is going. It's going up. This foot is starting to aim like a gun, aiming for the target. Then from there, he's going to thrust it forward and strike. It's important that when he goes out, that you're turning your hip into it, because it's not just a kick with the leg. It's a kick with the entire body. Let's look at this again in semi-slow motion. So up and out. Now notice that the foot is knifed, and he's kicking with the heel edge. You don't want to kick with a flat foot because that tends to push you away. You want to somewhat edge it and drive it. So let's take a look at this again. Alright, now a little bit faster. Now one of the great things about this kick is it's a great defensive kick against someone that tries to throw a punch at you. So if Nate tries to throw a punch at him, all he does is extend. Again, the foot is longer than the hand, so you don't have to worry about blocking. Just a slight lean as you're moving, stepping away, and then kick. But you do not want to lean too far. If you lean too far when you kick, you're going to go backwards. The idea is after you kick, that you're able to come back down to continue to go forward. So let's take a look at this kick again. Great. This side kick can also be used with the rear leg. Again, it has more power than the lead leg, but it takes longer for it to be delivered. So a lot of times you might want to throw that rear leg side kick by first doing a hand technique, whether it's a couple of punches or something so that your opponent doesn't really see it. Another good thing is that the lead leg side kick is obviously when an opponent is closer. The rear leg is when the opponent is further away. So you're going to be able to reach further with the rear leg. Let's take a look at what he's going to do. He's going to turn completely first and then chamber, then kick. Once again, turn. Make sure you're completely sideways. That's why it's called a side kick. You are turned completely sideways. Then chamber, kick. A lot of mistakes that people make with this is that when they chamber and they pick up that leg, that here, instead of bringing this foot here, they bring it like this. This is a roundhouse kick. This is not going to be a side kick. There's no way he can deliver that foot straight out as a thrust. That's why it's important that from here, he chambers it here. And then from here, he can be able to deliver it straight out. So let's take a look at this again. Turning, chamber, kick. All right, now let's see this in action.